Daniel, tell my audience who you are and what you do.
Okay, my name is Okafor Daniel, and I'm the founder of Phronesis Readers Club, one of the fastest growing club in Africa. We're a hub of visionary leaders, and we believe in raising people that will become leaders and transform the society and attain global relevance at large. So the way we do this is by creating a knowledge-based environment where we expose people to superior knowledge, okay, that calibrates their mindsets and helps them to think differently, therefore to act differently, and to get more superior results than they get before. I've been doing this for over 3 years now, and we've had tremendous testimony so far. I'm also a digital marketer and a personal brand strategist, where I help people and personal brands, right? And also corporate brands as well, to leverage the internet space and to showcase their works and what they do in the online space. So this is just a short recap of what I do.
Yeah. Wow. So you guys want to raise transformational leaders. Okay. So exactly, how did you get to come up with this idea of helping people to learn by reading? See, the reason I'm asking you that question is this: most Africans don't read.
Definitely.
Okay, and that's why I have you talking to me today, because I've been trying to encourage young Africans like you to read, and I've had a lot of pushback. They tell me all manner of stories why they don't read. And some of them is that, why should they read? Why should they read the things that the West writes? All manner of things. So how did you gather those people who actually want to read? I'm interested because I want to use your testimony. I want to learn from it, also to encourage other people around me who I contact frequently to read, because I know reading is very vital. See, we cannot be everywhere. We can't experience everything. Okay, so we can experience more things by reading the experience of the people who actually experienced it. So how did you start this?
All right, you're very correct when you said Africans don't read, and that is a major problem actually. The reason why I believe that Africa can be transformed through knowledge is because I'm also a byproduct of one who have been greatly transformed through superior knowledge. So I knew how my life was. I knew where I was, okay, in the status space. And I started my reading journey some years before I got admission into the university. And I just exposed myself to books on, spiritual books, books on personal growth, business and all that. And I was just reading. But one thing I observed was that, first of all, my thinking mode changed. The way I relate to people changed. And it got to a point where I was just myself, but at the same time, too, people who were around me that didn't evolve found it difficult to still relate with me. And my eyes were now open to more opportunities around me and all that. And in a short time, my life experienced a tremendous shift in a very short time due to this knowledge. I was applying them, and I started having tangible results, both in my finance, right, even my spiritual life, and all way around. I started being the leader and the person I've always wanted to be through knowledge. So one day I sat down and asked myself, okay, if knowledge could do this to me, what would happen if many are exposed to this same knowledge. That's been a thought in my mind. I did get my friends to read books once in a while, and so always a struggle. Until I was working one day, I think I was still in school in 12th level, and just dropped to my mind. I believe it was by the Holy Spirit, and was like, start a readers club. I was like, wow, this sounds good. And at that point, I didn't know any club anywhere, right? I didn't know anyone. I just know it online, but I don't know any club anywhere that do what I was doing. So I just called like 3 of my friends, and I was like, can we start a club? They were like, wow, that is so nice. So since I was just new in the industry, I had to send them to go and research and see other readers clubs that are around and observe them. But when they came back, I was shocked with their discovery. They were like, they couldn't find up to 2 readers club around. And the ones that they saw was not even functioning. I was like, wow. So we have to just become creative in our strategy. And it was meant to be an offline community, but that was when the COVID struck, and it was so timely. During the COVID, I was just waiting for the COVID to be over so that we can resume in school. But it was getting too long, and one of my admins was like, why can't we just start something online for now while we wait for the COVID to be over? And that was it. Our first meeting was a blast, okay? Wow. We were growing from hundreds to hundreds to hundreds. And not just that we're growing in number, is that people are actually reading. Because how the community is designed, like people don't, because they feel that reading is boring. Yeah. We have to make reading look interesting. We have to emphasize the value of this thing. We have to share the pages. Okay, you can read 10 pages today, we share it today, and all that. So while we're doing that, even the ones who, let me say, hated books per se, started catching up. And they were like, wow, this is what I've been missing. And beyond just that, they started improving. I remember we have a lady from Jamaica. She is a mother of 7. And she was in the club. She was like, this club had helped her to start a business. And she started doing, because she read the book, I think the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. And that book helped her improve her strategy. She started a business, was able to sustain her and her children. And we have had so many mind-blowing testimonies from young people who came to Limelight and started doing well because of this knowledge. So that is where we began, and that is where we are now. And we're still going through that journey.
Wow. Fantastic story.
Yes,
so
sir.
What's the size of your club?
All right, we are over 5,000 at the moment.
Woo!
Yeah, over 5,000. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and that is just for the online community. Because once in a while we do go for outreach and still establish the club in schools. But just the online space alone, we are over 5,000 and we're still growing.
Okay. What you guys have a name? What's the name again?
Okay, Phronesis Readers Club.
Okay. So do you have a page online or on social media where people can go and experience the group?
Yes, yeah. So basically we are on all social media platforms, but our activities takes place mainly on our Facebook group and also our WhatsApp group. So if you search for Phronesis Readers Club and Phronesis Readers Club on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, you will see our page. But to join our group, you have to search for Phronesis Readers and Writers Group on Facebook. Okay, Phronesis Readers and Writers Group on Facebook. That's our hub. Yes. Then on WhatsApp, once you get there, you will see a link where you can join our WhatsApp group. And these 2 platforms, Facebook and WhatsApp, and also on our Twitter space as well. Okay. Where our major activities take place in.
Okay. Wow. Interesting.